Hello guys, my name is Sam and welcome back to SWTOR Central. And lo and behold, today we were delivered the roadmap for Star Wars The Old Republic. In my last news video regarding the roadmap, I told you guys that Keith was going to have to delay the roadmap by a few days up until the 4th of June. But as it turns out, Keith has actually managed to pull through for us and deliver that roadmap on time. There will be a link in the description leading you to this roadmap and also in a pinned comment most likely. So if you prefer the read up format, then feel free to go over there and check it out, but you may also feel free to keep on listening because I'm going to go through it here too and try to break it down a little bit. So let's start off with the gameplay direction. This part of the roadmap is telling us that they are reinforcing the direction of the game with multiplayer content. We've already received a new daily area, a new operation boss, with more to come still. It also says here that their focus on gameplay improvements will continue throughout this year and will include revisiting existing game systems to provide enhancements where needed whenever possible. Even just after reading this first section in the roadmap, I am already smiling. So the baseline here is going to be that the multiplayer aspect of the game is still going to be improved as the year progresses, along with going back and enhancing some of the other stuff that we already have, which will be really nice to see and definitely just fine-tune the things that we have already. Okay, so moving on to operations, although don't get too excited by the plural there because we're still only talking about gods from the machine. Now reading through this we can see that Keith definitely feels strongly about having difficult operation boss encounters in the game, and they believe that doing this on a monthly basis rather than waiting until the end of the year for an expansion is a much better way to deliver those challenging encounters. It's also mentioned here that Esne and Ivler, who will be the next boss fight to be added to gods from the machine, is being tested on the PTS, and the feedback has been very good so far, and in July is when we can expect to be able to fight the two twin sisters. Now in regards to gear drops, they have mentioned that they've already changed the tier of gear that is going to be dropping in these new operations, but what definitely sticks out here is the fact that platinum quality items are also going to be dropping from these bosses, but will only be obtainable in veteran mode and master mode, which in translation for you veterans is hard mode and nightmare mode. Now what's interesting here is that it doesn't say that it's just specifically gods from the machine where platinum items are going to be dropping. Now take this with a pinch of salt, but I'm wondering if they're going to be adding platinum item drops to some of the already existing operations. Although to be fair, it already says here that in an upcoming post they're going to be letting us know which bosses will drop rewards and what kind of items we're going to have the chance to earn. I've been saying for a really long time myself that cool items should be rewarded in PvE, so I'm definitely glad that they're doing this. Okay, now moving on to PvP. Now the first thing I want to mention is that the current ranked season 8 is going to be ending in August, or at least it's slated to end in August, which will happen alongside game update 5.4, the crisis on Umbara, but we'll get to that later on in the post. The ranked rewards are currently being finalised and they're going to be letting us know as soon as they have them in an upcoming forum post. Now content wise for PvP, it says that they're going to continue improving PvP by adding fun activities throughout the year. Whether this means new arenas and war zones, I'm not completely sure. Now the next thing here is that we're going to be potentially getting unassembled components as a legacy currency now. I have no idea why this wasn't done in the first place, but nonetheless I'm glad that it's going to be a thing eventually. Now we all know that class balancing has definitely been an issue since Knights of the Eternal Throne, but as it says here, the combat team is hard at work building a plan for future balance changes. They're going to begin rolling out the changes with the Sisters of Carnage update, which is going to be game update 5.3, which is set to release in July, and they will continue with monthly class balance updates until they are satisfied with all of the adjustments. Obviously, as the players of the game, giving them feedback on these adjustments as they make them is going to be quite critical to getting this right. Now to finish off the PvP section, it says here that the remainder of the year will include a new Warzone, Galactic Starfighter changes, more changes to ranked PvP, earlier notification of Season 9 rewards. Not sure if that's a typo and it's supposed to say Season 8, but we'll just fly with Season 9. And of course, once again, they will continue to review and adjust class balancing. This is all very good stuff for the PvP players and should indeed make a lot of people happy. But as we all know, saying something and doing something is two completely different things, so I guess we're just going to have to see how it goes with the class balancing. Okay, now moving on to story and companions. Okay, so in the roadmap it does say that they are definitely going to be moving the story forward after the events on Iokath. The next major story update is going to be coming in August with Crisis on Umbara, which will be game update 5.4. So all of this Betray stuff which is currently happening on Iokath should be completely done and dusted way before this releases. Now with game update 5.4, we're going to be getting a new planet called Umbara. Whether this is one that we can manually go to or it's just there for the flashpoint, I'm not entirely sure. Although they are saying that they don't want to give us too many spoilers about the new area, but they will definitely give us more information as we get closer to the general release date. Now as for companions, it says here that we can expect more of our companions to be returning throughout the year. Just give me back my Jessa and I'm good. They are also going to be releasing a new feature over the summer which will allow you to customize companions such as Lana, Visceral, Korf and Senya, including Theron as well of course. It also says that in addition we'll review and adjust which companions you received through Alliance alerts. So being able to customize more companions I guess is a good thing. I'm more about player customization, but hey, if companion customization is your thing, then you go ahead and do you. Now as mentioned before already, we're going to be getting a new improvement for companions where we can increase their influence by just doing in-game tasks, which is definitely going to be a very nice update, especially for the people who know what it's like to spend millions influencing one of your companions to level 50. They also iterate here that companions are a very important part of Star Wars: The Old Republic, and they are looking forward to introducing improved ways for you to engage with them. Okay, so the final piece on story and companions is going to be that they have definitely taken in feedback surrounding Iokath and they are exploring new options for new daily areas, adding and updating events and offering special rewards for a variety of in-game activities. Once again, I've always wanted there to be more rewards for actual in-game activities, so that pleases me that this is going to be a thing. Obviously a new daily area is going to be very welcome, as well as adding or updating events that we already have. Keep in mind that I did say adding there. I know that some people are going to be saying, well, why aren't we getting any new events and you're just updating the current events? Just remember, I said adding or updating events, which means we could be getting new events. Now last but not least is going to be quality of life. Now quality of life updates are made for the player's convenience, such as reduced cooldowns, legacy perks, XP bonuses, and all that kind of groovy stuff. But more specifically here, they're talking about fixing long-standing bugs. I completely understand why they haven't mentioned specifically which long-standing bugs, but I'm fairly confident it's not going to be anything to do with clipping. I don't know why, I just feel like that's an issue that's probably never going to get resolved, but only just slightly improved. Also for quality of life, there will be changes to existing game systems. This could mean a many number of different things, so I won't try to speculate around that too much. I'll just wait until we have some more information surrounding that and then I'll get back to you. Improvements to the user interface. Oh god, this one made me smile. I've always said that customization is key, and the user interface is a very important part of your character. You might not think it is, but I guarantee you that it is. Or I guess at least just for me. Now I'm just hoping here that improvements to the user interface means please shut up SWTOR Central about adding colour to the user interface. We're on it. If it means that, I will be very happy. Simplifying ways to do things in game is also going to be a thing, but that's always been a thing. Again, like I said, this could mean things like reduced cooldowns and like XP bonuses. Having like a combat dummy on your flagship would definitely be nice and would work with that, so how about that, devs? Increasing the speed of mounts is also going to be a thing, as we already know anyways. They're going to be going up to 120% and 130%, which I am hella down for. Now the last thing here for quality of life is going to be weapon tunings being added to player collections. This is something that they have definitely taken in via feedback, although it doesn't say here that they're going to be doing something like this, but it's definitely something that they are at least considering. I mean, why else would it be in the roadmap? Okay, so beyond the roadmap itself, we actually have a schedule for the summer of Star Wars: The Old Republic. First off, we have Game Update 5.2.2, which is set to release on June 13th, and this is going to see the return of the Nar Shaddaa Nightlife event with all new rewards, including a new Gamorrean companion, Starfighter improvements, increased requisition gains, gunship and bomber available by default, and some new ship customization options. This is good stuff, and once again, I'm glad to see that GSF is getting some attention. Companion influence will be earned from crew skill missions. We already knew this, but it's obviously a really cool thing. Commander experience legacy pack for alts. Basically, you'll be able to get this once one of your characters reaches command rank 300. You can buy a new pack in your legacy to increase the XP gain on all of your other characters. If I remember correctly, the number 25% was tossed around, but how about we just don't hold me to that. The ability to craft tier 4 armor will be available with this update, which is obviously going to be pretty cool, but we all know we only want that legendary gear. Both Theron Shan and Shea Vizslar's appearances will be able to be customized in this update. Once again, we'll have the new legacy packs of mount speed 4 and 5, 120% and 130%. Tier 1 gear will be able to be purchased with command tokens on on your respective fleet. So that's everything set to release on June 13th, game update 5.2.2. Now for the next update, which will be game update 5.3, which is set to release in July but with no date set in stone. Now with this update, we are going to see Gods from the Machine's second encounter, Ivla and Esne, in story and veteran mode. The ability to search for stronghold decoration using new filters. That's a fairly decent quality of life improvement right there. The start of class balance changes to the following classes: Sorcerer Sage, Powertech Vanguard, Assassin Shadow, Sniper Gunslinger, Mercenary Commander, and Operative Scoundrel. It also mentions at the bottom here, appearances for additional companions can now be customized. I assume that what this means is that by the time they get to this update, they're wanting to be able to customize more of our companions, but they just don't know which ones yet. Now the one thing that is going to stand out with game update 5.3 is that we're getting a new stronghold. It doesn't tell you what stronghold it is, although it might as well. So as I quote it says, a brand new stronghold with a great view of the ocean. Where could this be? I think we all know that it's going to be Manan. I'm very glad that we're going to be seeing a new stronghold. I think it's been way too long since they've added one, but hey, I'll take what I can get, and a view of the ocean definitely sounds good to me. Okay, now moving on to game update 5.4, which is set to release in August, but once again with no actual date set in stone. This will be Crisis on Umbara. Now the story will continue in a new flashpoint called Crisis on Umbara. Obviously that's going to be a big deal. It's a new flashpoint, it's new content, new multiplayer, and a new way for me to spend credits on repair builds. Cool stuff. Even more companions will be able to be customized in this update too, and a very mysterious and more to come ... Now moving on to the last thing here in the roadmap. This is player communication, so I'm just going to read out exactly what Keith has said here. We want to improve our cadence of releasing information to you. It is important to us that you know your opinions count and you have a serious stake in whatever changes we make to the game. To do this, we must chat with you on a regular basis with a specific focus in mind. That's our plan. Starting this week and weekly thereafter throughout June and July, we are going to be posting on the forums to share specific features we're thinking about and those already in process. We want to get your input and talk through the pros and cons of each topic to see how you feel. We'll set expectations for how we want to interact to keep our engagement productive. But if we all do this correctly, it'll be a fun and rewarding experience. We will be posting on a very wide range of topics, everything from new content to the reinvigoration of existing features. Look out for these posts every Wednesday. If that changes, we'll let you know in advance. And of course, I will plan to deliver an updated roadmap each quarter. This way you can see not only the direction we are heading, but you'll know what to expect specifically over the few months. I look forward to our continued discussions. Respectfully, Keith. Now, as of right now, I have a lot of respect for Keith. He really has thrown himself in the deep end with the community, being very transparent about everything with the issues going on with servers, to why the roadmap was being delayed. I think it's very impressive that Keith has managed to communicate with us on such a regular basis in the past couple of months, compared to what we had in the past year. Oh boy, do I see changes, and I like. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the entire roadmap video. Thank you very much for watching, and if you are new to my YouTube channel, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. After all, this is SWTOR Central, your ultimate source for Star Wars The Old Republic videos. Now be sure to let me know what you guys think of this roadmap. Maybe we can get a discussion going in the comment section. What are you looking forward to, and what are you hoping will be included eventually? Is there anything that stood out in particular that you would like to talk about? Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.